Canelo has power. That's his natural fighting weight. You're moving up. That's not your natural fighting weight. You have the speed advantage. So are you going to be able to maintain that speed advantage and still be able to pack a punch?
If you can punch, you can punch.
Okay.
You know, it may not have the same effect that it did on a smaller guy, on a bigger guy, but if you sharp, you sharp.
Right.
You know, and I don't got to knock him out. I just got to beat him.
Right.
Canelo's not just a puncher. I don't know why. That's
what people believe, huh?
It's just like this.
Nothing, just good luck. Same. I say to him, I hope we put a good show September. No like this.
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent. And he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think
Canelo's not just flexing biceps, he's flexing brains. And if you thought moving up in weight would leave him gassed out and sluggish, he just laughed in your protein shake. Canelo says he's got the IQ of a chess grandmaster, with the hands of a wrecking ball. Terence Crawford's speed? Respect.
The boxing, he's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You will see.
But Canelo insists, that speed don't matter when I read you like an Instagram caption. And yes, he believes the power will pack at super middleweight because it's not about size, it's about precision. And Canelo's got laser-guided fists. This isn't the old Canelo who steamrolled through lesser names. This is the evolved version who downloads data mid-fight like he's Neo in the Matrix. His jab, a keyboard, his right hook, a shutdown button. So when he says fans underestimate his boxing technique, he's not crying for sympathy. He's low-key mocking the hater.
A bigger fight happened now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford. But from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tight and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound for pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight. But I feel that it could go.
Who think he's just a brawler with a Rolex. He's not looking for a fight. He's building a highlight reel with footnotes. And September? Oh baby, he says it's going to be cinematic. In a sport where flash blinds fans, Canelo is telling you to watch his footwork, not just his fists. Because while everyone's obsessing over Crawford's quickness, Canelo's quietly plotting a trap behind every feint. That's not brute strength. That's boxing architecture. Terence "Bud" Crawford looked into the camera like a man who already solved the Rubik's Cube. Blindfolded. Underwater. When he calls Canelo the face of boxing, he ain't bowing down. That's just Crawford being smooth, acknowledging the throne before he rips it off the hinges. The narrator dropped it like a bombshell. Crawford called this the biggest challenge of his career, and with the deadpan of a man ordering coffee. The twist? He ain't scared. He's smiling because he's already scheming. The answer to beating Canelo, he says, that's for the ring to reveal. Translation, I've got the recipe, but y'all gotta wait for the main course. Then boom! Enter Amir Khan swinging in with a shiny opinion and the kind of insight only a man who's been on the business end of a Canelo right hook can offer. Khan goes, sure, Canelo's got that sledgehammer power, and he's built like a mini tank. Pause for dramatic effect. But this ain't a bodybuilding contest. He says the fight won't be won on biceps, but on brains, speed, and strategy. Bold? Maybe. Wrong? Only time will tell. So now we've got the ultimate chess match wrapped in a slugfest. Canelo's power versus Crawford's precision. Tank versus sniper. Sledgehammer versus scalpel. And the fans? We're here licking our lips. But this wasn't a debate. It was a heavyweight brawl disguised as analysis. When the panel of boxing minds Hamza Shiraz, Mitri Bevel, and Jiren Boots Enos sat down to talk Crawford versus Canelo, it sounded less like a prediction and more like a verbal street fight with stats. Shiraz, he's on Team Canelo, waving the power always wins flag like he's at a revolution. Look, he said, weight classes exist for a reason. Crawford might float like a butterfly, but this ain't flyweight ballet. Canelo punches holes in people. Dramatic? Yes. Wrong? We'll see. Bevel, cautiously sipping logic, he reminds us. Canelo's got the pop, but don't sleep on Crawford's mentality. He calls it elite predator mode. This man doesn't flinch. He dissects. He's not surviving in the ring. He's doing calculus while dodging uppercuts. Anus? A wild card. He drops this gem. Crawford's movement control is surgical. The moment you stand still, he builds a condo in your blind spot and invites his left hand to the housewarming. But strategy stole the show. Avoid the ropes, they all agreed. Ropes are where Canelo does dark magic. Crawford's game plan? Stay active, change rhythm, never become wallpaper. This isn't just boxing, it's dance warfare. And if Crawford forgets that even once, boom, night-night. Enter Roy Jones Jr., the man who used to punch like his fists had cheat codes. He's seen it all, and he's not buying the Crawford is invincible hype train, not yet. Listen, Roy says, Crawford is slick, no doubt. But if Canelo gets greedy, if he forgets this ain't a street fight, it's chess with body shots, he could walk into something stupid. Jones ain't questioning Canelo's power, he's warning him about overconfidence. You don't chase speed with haymakers, you trap it, break it, then finish it. Otherwise, you're swinging at ghosts. That's not analysis, that's poetry dipped in blood. Edgar Berlanga, meanwhile, brings raw New York energy. Crawford is a tactician, bro. But we're talking about a dude, Canelo, who eats punches like breath mints. This man doesn't flinch. He counters with career-ending violence. Berlanga respects Bud, but sees Canelo's size as the ultimate cheat code. You can outbox a lion, but what happens when it corners you? Game over. Then, boom, Errol Spence Jr. hits the mic like he's backing family. Crawford got what it takes, he says. Cool, calm, dead serious. This ain't about size, it's about soul. He's seen Crawford's grind up close. He don't break. You think Canelo's pressure works? Crawford just gets meaner. Spence is the first to say it out loud. Bud's coming to win, not just survive. No moral victories, no excuses, just war. He's seen the mountains Crawford's climbed, and he ain't losing sleep over Canelo's extra pounds. People keep acting like weight's a death sentence. He laughs. Crawford's not scared of muscle. He's already solved faster, bigger, meaner guys. But this ain't blind loyalty. Bomac sees something real in Crawford. He's not just ready, he's evolving, hungry, surgical. He's got that look like he's already picked out where Canelo's body goes on the canvas. Enter Caleb Plant, Canelo alumnus and certified technician. He didn't come to hate, he came to enlighten. Crawford ain't your average slickster, Plant says. He's adaptable, he's a shapeshifter. You give him a round, he gives you a puzzle you can't solve without tears. And yes, he admits Canelo's pressure is real, but warns, if Canelo starts slow, Bud won't let him catch up. Then Jim Lampley, the OG voice of boxing, drops a cold splash of truth. I love Crawford's skills, but skills don't always scale. You jump too high and gravity reminds you who's boss. He doesn't doubt Bud's heart. He just doubts physics. That power gap? That's not something you dance around for 12 rounds. Lampley's verdict? Respect Bud, but pray he doesn't eat a liver shot early, because when you go up in weight, everything hits different, including regret. Andre Ward stepped in looking like he just walked out of a courtroom and into a war zone. Calm, surgical, ruthless with the truth. The weight jump is real, he says. But so is Crawford's composure. You can't teach that. He sees Crawford's rhythm as a curse for Canelo, if Bud can survive the first 5. This is the fight that breaks the internet, he smirks. Canelo's the biggest payday, the biggest pressure, and the biggest puzzle Crawford's ever faced. And Oscar would know. He's been the prize. Now he watches from the throne. But all agree on one thing. This isn't about belt, it's about legacy. One wrong move, you're a meme. One perfect night, you're immortal. This fight isn't just a pay-per-view, it's a historical reckoning. The jump in weight, it's the ticket price to boxing heaven or purgatory. There's no villain, no hero, just 2 men chasing ghosts with gloves on. One trying to stay king, the other trying to write his name in gold. On fight night, somebody's story ends and somebody's begins.